Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001, and after deciding to go on a Target run, I finally found the Sonic 3 Wave 3 figures, Gerald Robotnik and Supershadow. They also had the Sonic that comes with the Master Emerald there, but you know, I really don't like to double buy figures. And they were sold out of the Knuckles figure, but, you know, I'm not going to buy a whole new Knuckles figure just for an effects part. But oh my, we finally got the last wave, and they are here, and I can talk about them with you guys. So, for this video, we are going to be talking about Supershadow. Yes, that's right, Supershadow. The back of the box features a glamour shot of the figure himself, along with the other ones from the wave. It's funny, you can't even really tell Sonic and Knuckles are different. I mean, I know they have subtly different facial expressions, but, like, the Flame of Disaster hands and the Master Emerald are the reason you'll be buying these two figures. Whatever. Supershadow is the unstoppable form of the ultimate life form. His speed and strength is devastating as he harnesses the limitless power of the Master Emerald. Alright, 22 points of articulation. Let's test that out by getting him out of this blister card. And no, I will not be doing it carefully because I have no intention of saving it. And here he is out of the packaging. Supershadow is looking pretty darn menacing in all of his glory. He doesn't seem to have that rose gold tint that he had in the movie, going to a much more game accurate shade of light yellow. But it works. It is distinct from regular Supersonics, as I will show you in a bit. But let's first take in the whole thing that he has going on. He still has that extra spine in the middle of his head like the movie characters have, as well as the extra one on his back. The red striping is still done on his shins and you know, his forearms. And yes, he still retains all that super levels of articulation. Now, you do recall how I did the review of the one that can light up, so these are the differences. This one has the follow me eye gimmick going on. It's a little bit more subtle, but if you look up, like, the painted part of his eye goes all the way up into the seam of the thing, so he doesn't have that weird detached iris look that the regular Shadow figure had. His neck is also ball jointed instead of only swiveled, and he has the torso articulation. These are things that, and oh yes, the butterfly joints. So all the joints that the light up one had to sacrifice for the sake of the light up gimmick are fully present in this one. The only flaw that I've noticed in the sculpting is over here on his right leg. As you can see, it looks like one of the tongues of his shoes is turned a little bit inward, especially when the other one is turned like in the same direction. I don't know if this is as egregious a case of my figure accidentally has two left feet or something, but from what I can see, like, this is not a rotatable piece. Yeah, it doesn't seem to rotate independently of the rest of the calf. Like, every time I try to rotate it, all I'm doing is rotating the calf on its joint. And I honestly have no way to tell which one, if it is indeed just another left foot, because it doesn't look like he really has a left-right bias in his shoes. So it probably is just the same foot sculpt used twice, and they didn't, and yeah, like, it might have two left feet, but it doesn't affect his ability to stand or any posability. Just that one minor little thing that, like, now that you see him standing, you see what I'm going at, right? You can see where the symmetry is a little bit off, but that's really it. Everything else just looks great on this guy. So let's do a proper breakdown of all of his articulation, because on this line, the massive amounts of articulation are the gimmick. So you already saw the ball-jointed head and the waist joint, which also has a little bit of, you know, curly spine motions. The butterfly joints are connected to universal shoulders that have a soft detent. There is a bicep swivel up there, and an elbow that can bend significantly past 90 degrees. His wrist rotates, and it has its own hinge, and the fingers can open and close. Although, like, they look good as solid fists, and they look good as a relaxed open hand. When you straighten them out completely, they look weird. So keep them in gripping position. His hips From what I can see, this one does seem to suffer from the same issue that the regular Shadow figure does with the hips, like the ball joint being angled down slightly. So like his leg can go out fine, but when you try to move it forward, it goes out. But you can compensate with the included thigh swivel and the fact that everything goes good. So you can get him to sit down. Hooray! And the leg actually goes backwards easier than it goes forwards. So that's fun. So yeah, yeah, just don't hand fist it, and you should be able to get his leg to do what you want it to do. Then there's a knee that gets significantly beyond 90 degrees. Because of the way the joint is engineered, you can rotate the shin underneath the knee, and then there's a hinge in the foot. So yes, he has plenty of articulation, and he can do all the stuff that you would expect these heavily articulated figures to do. Like, that is just so beautiful. I have no notes. It's beautiful. I love it. All right, comparison time. Here he is next to the regular version of Shadow, who does not have that weird thing going on with the shoe cuff. And here he is next to Super Sonic. And I gotta say, it is really great to see that these two guys are actually relatively easy to stand. Like, usually when you have like Super Sonic and Super Shadow figures are really top heavy. I don't know if it's because of the slightly different proportions or if the figures are just that well made, but it's a lot easier to get these guys standing, which makes them much better for display once I actually set up my apartment to have more room to display them. Okay, so with all said and done, I do believe that the Super Shadow figure is a wonderful addition to this particular line. It makes some slight improvements to regular Shadow's mold, and matches very well with everyone else. I'm pretty sure the crooked shoe thing is just an individual QC issue that mine has, but it doesn't really affect the figure too negatively, so I'm not even going to hold that much against it. So yeah, get to your Targets or Walmarts or whatever store carries movie Sonic toys, because these things are starting to show up, and hopefully we don't get the curse of the third wave where it gets really hard to find, because sometimes the stores don't even bother with the last wave of a toy line. That is a thing that sometimes happens. Thank you all for watching, and this is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.